Hello everyone, thank you so much for tuning in to the Minecraft Emporium. And considering the success of my previous prison design in Minecraft Bedrock Edition, the one with the continually cycling blocks and inescapability, something along those lines, I'm going to be giving you a block by block tutorial for this, once more, inescapable and really compact prison design, and I'm also going to be showcasing this. I've been inspired by the Poseidon's Vault of type things to give you an ocean water themed inescapable prison in Minecraft Bedrock Edition. If you do enjoy, consider subscribing, liking, commenting, and all of those things, and I'll get straight into the Poseidon's Vault showcase. Now, the way this prison works is actually quite similar to the way this prison works, in that it prevents the player, rather, from breaking the blocks of the prison by constantly shifting the blocks, but in this case, the prison works by shifting the player around. It's rather difficult to demonstrate, but if I was to TP myself a few blocks downwards, say 5 blocks downwards, just like so, and set myself into game mode survival, you can actually see that even when starving, of course, you can't die because of the regeneration beacon, but I'm bobbing up and down so much that it is nearly impossible actually, to break any of these surrounding blocks. All of the blocks I'm surrounded by are obsidian, of course. The soul sand is simply too far to reach in survival mode, and generally, even the lights up top to prevent mobs from spawning are truly unbreakable because of the fact that they're shifting back and forth. As you can see, even if I was to focus on that end stone for as long as possible, our cursor keeps getting shifted around a great deal, and technically with a bit of lag you could manage to hold your cursor there for maybe a few seconds. It is really insanely difficult. You can try holding shift and all of those different things, but it is truly difficult in order to escape from this prison. I'm going to set my game mode back into creative, and I can actually show you the actual mechanism for the way this build works. It is quite similar in that we have a redstone clock moving back and forth, and that we have a door for entrance and exit of the prisoner, and our soul sand block is right underneath the floor over down here, as you can see. And that's basically it. I don't think this is as good as a prison as my original design over here, but in an effort to improve and innovate, I always have accommodating to give you new and exciting things. Alrighty, materials list for this build will be in the description, and before I hop into the tutorial, keep in mind that a regeneration beacon prevents the player from starving to death, respawning and escaping, and an elder garden to make it take 1,000,000 years to break endstone are pretty necessary for a truly inescapable prison. Alrighty, let's hop into it. Alrighty, tutorial time. The first thing we want to do is place one piston just like so, with 2 endstone blocks, a 1 block gap, and then another piston right here. Next, we're going to build up the framework for the rest of this build, and so we're going to add endstone blocks in all of these positions here with temporary blocks just to help you build across the corners. This is going to trap our prisoner inside, as you can clearly see, and the next thing we're going to do is add 2 sea lanterns just up at the top there to provide some light for the prisoner, and just to prevent mob spawning around the build and inside of the prisoner's cell. Although that occurrence I don't even think is a feasibility. We're going to stick some pistons right over top of these already existing pistons, and then we're going to add some observers facing downwards here and here, actually upwards I suppose, here and here, and that's going to allow the signal that's looping around from the bottom to transfer up to the top. We're going to add 2 more sets of endstone, which are actually going to be cycling around the build, add some temporary blocks around here, and then these 2 sets of regular pistons here and here. Next thing we're going to do is add 2 sets of pistons here and here, and then branch out with some temporary blocks to construct a set of 2 pistons, as I keep saying, here and here. They can be a little difficult to place. Last thing we're going to do is add a set of pistons here and here just to complete the entire chain, and we're now going to start adding the redstone torch mechanisms to really start cycling the blocks. Place a torch there, a block here, and redstone dust over top here with a solid block and a redstone dust here. Solid blocks are mandatory in these locations, and we're going to do a very similar procedure on each of the sides. Place a torch on the ground, place a solid block up, redstone dust here, and redstone dust here. Again, activating the piston in the necessary timings and location. Repeat the same procedure, putting a torch block, an extra block there, and redstone dust here. And finally, one last time, we gotta put a torch down at the bottom here. You know the drill. Put a solid block, and redstone dust here. As you will now see, the pistons are cycling around in rapid succession. And ladies and gentlemen, this build is actually complete. For the final touches to this tutorial, it is often a great idea to add yourself a lever just to turn off the prison mechanism, if ever it is needed inside of your circumstance. And one thing that I like to do is get myself a piston just so that you can actually enter and access the prisoner when needed. That is just added with a sticky piston on the side, which you can open and close to, see how they're doing. I suppose the uses are completely up to you. Seal that back up and unflick the lever to continue the prison's effectiveness. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, that is gonna do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, a quick like, comment, subscribe, all of those things are greatly appreciated. It brightens up my day, might brighten up yours, and other than that, have a marvelous evening.